I'm quoting from Covenant and Conversation, a book that I was reading this morning. Then the Lord said to Cain, "Where is your brother Abel?" "I don't know," he replied. "Am I my brother's keeper?" Once again, the theme is responsibility, but in a different sense. Cain does not deny personal responsibility. He does not say, "It wasn't me." He denies moral responsibility. I am not my brother's keeper. I am not responsible for his safety. Yes, I did it because I felt like it. Cain has not yet learned the difference between I can and I may. This stirred something in me. He denies moral responsibility. What is morality? By Webster's definition, morality is a system of principles, values, and beliefs that define right and wrong behavior, guiding individuals on how to act virtuously and treat others with respect. What I want to meditate on is this distinction. With Adam and Eve, they denied personal responsibility. Adam said, "The woman you gave me caused me to eat." Eve said, "The serpent beguiled me." They shifted blame. But in Cain's case, he did not deny the act itself. He did not say he had not killed Abel. Instead, as the author says, he denied moral responsibility. Am I my brother's keeper? In other words, am I responsible for him? Am I responsible for his well-being? That makes me think about us. Sometimes we may admit personal responsibility. We may say, "Yes, I lied. Yes, I stole. Yes, I had an affair. Yes, I did wrong." We can admit personal responsibility, but do we accept moral responsibility? Throughout the Word of God, there is continual instruction to care for others. In the Old Testament and New Testament, we are told to care for the widow, the orphan, the poor, the vulnerable. 1 Timothy speaks of caring for widows. Isaiah calls us to do good, seek justice, defend the fatherless, and care for those in need. So sometimes sin is not only what we actively do wrong. Sometimes sin is what we refuse to do right. We may not steal from the poor. We may not outwardly injure the widow. We may not harm the orphan. But when we neglect them, ignore them, or close our hearts when we could help, are we not denying moral responsibility? There are times when we feel that inward nudge, that conviction to help someone. Maybe it's a struggling family and we know we could give a little. Maybe it is someone clearly burdened and we know we could step in. Maybe it is someone in distress and we know we could stop. Yet we silence that voice and continue on with our own business. Then what are we saying? Am I my brother's keeper? That answer will not stand before God. Even in society, we see examples of this. There have been stories where someone was attacked in public and people stood by watching. We have heard of victims harmed in broad daylight while others pass by. People are shocked by these stories, and rightly so. Why? Because something in us knows that to stand by when help is possible is a denial of moral responsibility. It can be dramatic situations like violence, but it can also be small, everyday moments. Someone drops groceries and everything spills. Do I walk past? Someone is stranded on the roadside. Do I ignore them? Someone is discouraged and needs kindness. Do I withhold it? Someone is poor and I know I could help. Do I turn away? These moments reveal the heart. That is why the Word of God is full of commands such as love one another, bear one another's burdens, be kind, care for the weak. This is moral responsibility. Many people think righteousness only means not committing obvious sins like murder, theft, or adultery. But what about neglected opportunities to love? What about withheld kindness? What about mercy we could have shown but did not? We may not have harmed someone directly, but did we fail them when we had the chance to help? That too is serious. Cain's words still echo today. Am I my brother's keeper? And the answer is, in many ways, yes.